As we know, every detail in the MCU connects to a bigger event. For example, why was Thor crying over Deadpool in Deadpool and Wolverine? Plus, there's the deeper meaning behind Avengers 5 Doomsday with Robert Downey Jr. cast as Doctor Doom. And now, it's confirmed that the Fantastic Four First Steps will return in Avengers 5 and 6. All of these hints point towards Avengers Secret Wars. So, let's dive into everything we know about these upcoming movies. As you may know, Marvel Studios has finally confirmed the new title for Avengers 5, revealing the Marvel Cinematic Universe's replacement for the original Avengers the Kang Dynasty title. It seems like Marvel is really moving on from Kang the Conqueror, not just in the next Avengers movie, but in the multiverse saga as a whole. Despite making some big changes to the plan, the next adventure for Earth's mightiest heroes is shaping up to be one of the most exciting films the MCU has ever released. At Marvel Studios' Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel announced that Avengers 5 will officially be called Avengers Doomsday. The Russo Brothers, who previously directed some of the best MCU movies like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, are back to helm both Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. The MCU's new main villain has also been revealed, as Robert Downey Jr. will return to play Doctor Doom. After Marvel's Kang the Conqueror plans fizzled out, the only way to get the MCU back on track was to go bigger. Marvel has been making some changes to how it operates, focusing on its biggest franchises and characters in the coming years. Introducing Doctor Doom is the perfect move to set up the final chapter of the multiverse saga, and Robert Downey Jr. makes for an interesting choice for the role. While there might be some confusion due to Downey's long tenure as Iron Man in the MCU, the actor actually has a history with the Marvel villain he will now play. Downey auditioned to portray Doctor Doom in the 2000s Fantastic Four movies. With that past connection and his recent Oscar-winning villain role in Oppenheimer, RDJ can easily make Doctor Doom a major force in the MCU that requires every hero to work together. As for how the MCU could explain its Tony Stark actor playing Doctor Doom, the answer's fairly simple. Downey's Doom is coming into the multiverse saga from another universe, trying to rule over the multiverse, leading to a battle with the Avengers and other heroes. Marvel's Fantastic Four reboot is heavily rumored to take place in another universe, so Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom could come from there and cross over into Earth 616 in Avengers Doomsday. Now, what does this all mean for Marvel and Avengers 6 Secret Wars? Since the MCU timeline has had its ups and downs through the multiverse saga, tapping the Russo brothers to direct Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars is another sign of Marvel Studios leaning into what made the franchise work so well during the Infinity Saga. The Russos have built a dynamic with various cast members through all their MCU films, creating a solid working relationship. Their experience with ensemble casts as big as the Avengers is invaluable, and they've thrived in this environment. The Russo brothers coming back to the MCU feels fitting, especially with rumors suggesting that Avengers Secret Wars will set up a soft reboot for the franchise. If the multiverse saga concludes as a semi-finale for this version of the MCU, having filmmakers who understand the franchise deeply is crucial. The Russos have also had great box office success with their MCU films, which bodes well for the financial results of Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. With the filmmakers in place for these major films, it will be fascinating to see which characters they bring back, as Phase 6 will be the first time the team is put in the spotlight again. Having the Russos back at the helm is a major step in the right direction. As Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars get closer to starting principal photography, we can expect more news about these films throughout the rest of 2024. As for whether the Merc with the Mouth and the God of Thunder will join forces, it looks like Thor crying over Deadpool could set the stage for Secret Wars. The footage of Thor in tears doesn't look promising for Wade Wilson. Plus, seeing Deadpool's ripped mask while he's lying down, similar to Loki's apparent demise in the Dark World, suggests some villain might finally succeed in killing Deadpool in an upcoming MCU movie like Secret Wars. However, the hope is that Deadpool will have his moment before any potential sacrifice. Even if it's only for a movie or two, seeing Wade Wilson as one of Earth's mightiest heroes would be thrilling, especially after the events of Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool could finally become an Avenger, not because he needs them for purpose or fulfillment, but because the multiverse needs him, even if it means he might meet his end in Thor's big, strong arms, which Wade would probably be okay with. Beyond the Thor Deadpool footage at the TVA, there are other hints that Deadpool and Wolverine set up Avengers Secret Wars. For instance, an issue of Secret Wars number 5 from 2015 is seen among other discarded relics in the void at the end of time. Additionally, Mr. Paradox suggests that while Wade Wilson might not be an anchor being like the Wolverine of Earth 10,005, it seems Deadpool has been chosen for a higher purpose by Paradox's superiors. Paradox doesn't reveal more about Deadpool's future role, but it was the reason he was invited to Earth 616 and the Sacred Timeline. Deadpool's higher purpose will likely become clear in future MCU projects, especially as Wade and Logan get pulled into the ongoing crises of Earth 616 after stabilizing Wade's reality. So, Deadpool and Thor's moment is probably on its way and will be seen sooner rather than later. And last but not least, how will the Fantastic Four first steps fit into Avengers 5 and 6? Well, let's dive into how they can join Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars from their retro-futuristic reality to Battleworld. The Fantastic Four will debut in their own reality, separate from the MCU's main Earth 616 timeline. Set in a retro-futuristic version of the 1960s, Fantastic Four First Steps will have a Tomorrowland-type vibe, with Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm becoming a family of superheroes. But this new announcement from Marvel Studios suggests they won't stay in their alternate reality for long. With both Galactus and his herald Silver Surfer confirmed for the upcoming MCU movie, it's easy to imagine the Cosmic World Devourer consuming the Fantastic Four's world, or even their entire reality. This tragic event could force Marvel's first family to find a new home in the multiverse, perhaps on Earth 616. Alternatively, an even bigger crisis might bring the Fantastic Four into contact with the Avengers. Additionally, the title might indicate the first steps towards the Secret Wars storyline in the MCU, where the Fantastic Four are heavily featured. However, this seems less likely since Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness introduced the concept of incursions, which would be the cinematic starting point for this storyline. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.